A Happy Pocket Full of Money by David Cameron Gikandi, Chapter 22, Part 4. A major key to building wealth is in making your money work for you, instead of you working for your money. If you work 5 days a week and spend all your income without investing any of it, you will have forever lost those 5 days of work. Forever. Wealthy people take a portion of that income from each day and put it into investments that grow on their own automatically and without any further work over a long-term period. That way, a portion of each day that you work for money, that money ends up working for you for many years to come. That is a major key to wealth. Getting a percentage of your income every day to work for you without your intervention. You do this by taking at least 10% of your daily income before taxes and bills and putting it into a long-term investment for a minimum of about 3 years. Good investments include stocks, mutual funds, certain types of bank accounts that have high and above inflation interest rates, real estate investments like vehicles, bonds, royalty producing assets, self-maintaining businesses, and so on. These investments do not require to work for your money. You simply invest and walk away, and your money grows all on its own. Even $1 can turn into $1,000,000 in a certain number of years at a certain compound interest rate. $1, just $1, can grow into $1,000,000 all on its own without your intervention. You may be pleasantly surprised to know that a single dollar placed into an investment that grows at 20% a year will become 1,000,000 in 75 years. That is just $1. All you need to do is leave it alone and go away. Go to sleep for 75 years, just leave it alone. When you return, it will be 1,000,000 without any effort from you, other than your placing that single dollar at the beginning. Now, if instead you put $1 every single day into that 20% a year growth investment, you will end up with 1,000,000 in 32 years instead of 75. In fact, $1 a day will become 1,000,000,000 in 66 years. A higher interest rate will dramatically shorten that time. This shows you that you can never have too little to start. Whatever your income today, force yourself into the habit of investing 10% of it before you pay bills or taxes or anything else. Pay yourself first. It is your money and your life. And it gets even better. The 1990s was an era when stock rose phenomenally. In that decade, over 200 stocks rose by 1,000%, some by up to 20,000%. Many fell again in 2001, but in the long term, all good companies always rebound to even greater heights. People in the 1990s invested various amounts and found themselves wealthier for that. Some invested just $50 a week, and if that was their 10%, that was good enough. It grew. Others invested more. Then, $10,000 invested just once at the beginning of 1990s in certain stocks turned out to be valued at around 5,000,000 by the end of the decade. Others turned a few $1,000,000 into well over $1 billion same period. All this wealth growth happened without any extra effort except putting money away into the investment. These people were not doing anything secret. They were investing in publicly available investments. They were investing in well selected shares in the stock market. And anyone can do this. You can do it as well, starting now. Just remember, choose your investments well. Invest consistently and put 10% aside from every single paycheck or other income. Consistency is the key. Compound interest will always work for you without asking anything from you. Your only part is to be consistent, to choose good investments, and to stay put for the long term. Short term investing usually does not earn as much as long term investing, and it is usually a lot riskier. And what? I'm abundance, I'm joy. Taxes in the government. We need the government, that is for sure. Without government, society would not be able, at our present stage, to organize infrastructure, development, security, and so on. But there is such a thing as wasteful government, or too much government. Just because it is government does not mean it is always right. That it sets the right amount of taxes we should pay, and that it uses the money wisely without waste. So, what is in our best interest, you and I, is to figure out how much we need to pay in tax. We need to keep government alive and healthy and serving as well, without paying too much to the point that we don't have enough to invest and enjoy life while government has too much and waste in it on activities like building weapons of mass destruction. Governments across the world have tax rates ranging from 0 to 80%. Taxes are usually a person's biggest single expenditure. Within each country, you can arrange your affairs in ways that legally minimize your tax amount with the help of professional tax advisors. Winston Churchill once said that no person has a legal or moral obligation to arrange his or her affairs so that the government can put its biggest shovel in. I personally believe that the magic formula is 10 10 10 70. That is 10% of your income to taxes, 10% to charity, 10% to long term investments, and 70% for your enjoyment and spending. For that is what life is all about, enjoying your life, not struggling with it. Spending anything less than 10% on government will kill it, but more than that gives it too much money. This because of this excess that we have, for example, too many deadly nuclear weapons that have never really helped us. Military expenditure is the biggest total government expenditure worldwide. Yet, military expenditures do not circulate the economy or benefit us as much as other expenditures. A nuclear missile that is built and never fired is dead money. It just stays in a silo, waiting to be fired. Yet the day it is fired, it causes even more destruction. Weapons just put us in a state of fear, no matter which way you look at it. The way to prevent war is not to stop building weapons, but to eliminate borders, divisions, and economic differences. The United States would have been far weaker and less stable today if it had not united its states a couple of hundred years ago. Before becoming a federation of states, the United States had zero strife and travel and commerce barriers with itself. Once you pay 10% of your money to government as taxes, don't forget to spend at least another 10% on charity. Doing this to uplift your society, enhance yourself, and invest at least 10% in long term good investments. Then enjoy and spend the rest. Be cheerful in your spending. Your spending causes the increased income of others and drives the economy. Imagine what would happen if everyone stopped spending. The more we spend, the more the energy is exchanged, and the more we all get wealthy. At first, this new 10-10-10-70 arrangement might be a little difficult for some people to execute because they are spending all or almost all their money at that moment and have not arranged their affairs for optimal taxation. But within a short time, it is easy to change these habits to fit into this new format.